All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. For those watching us, we're just doing some testing today to make sure everything is working. Then we're just testing to see. Yep, to make sure. Yeah. Let's just go. Cool. Thanks, Leo. So it seems like it's working. We'd like to welcome all of you once again for this wonderful study here at Parnell in Auckland, New Zealand. So welcome you all. Good evening. All right, and we don't have any news for today. Um, we still actually digesting and enjoying the really nice past few weeks we had with some amazing lectures from Zé Araújo, which, as you guys know, they are available on Instagram in Portuguese. And we were just talking about it, and I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about it for a few more months. It was really nice, right? All right. So we have all leaves springing tonight, which we are on item 31. And I'll quickly just open here. I think that's the number 1. Does anyone would like to read?
I can read.
Thank you.
Good one. Farmers. The hardworking farmer should be the first to enjoy the fruits of the harvest. O, 2 Tim 2:6. There are farmers of every kind. There are those who buy the land and develop it using the effort of hardworking tenants without ever touching the soil with their own hands. And, and so it goes with the the farming of spirit. Nobody can obtain excellent results without putting forth an effort. Devoting the best they have to offer to the work of the good. Writing in time of landowners and slaves of superficiality and favoritism, Paul of Tarsus does not say that the wealthier sower or the one favored by Caesar would be the actual owner of the harvest. But they did rightly say that the farmer who devoted himself to his obligation would be the first to enjoy the fruits of the harvest. The torrent may be dirty, but it brings the fertilizer indispensable for the successful planting. Likewise, there are persons who are useless in certain aspects of the human struggle, whereas they are extremely valuable in others. Unilateral judgment is always ruinous. There is neither complete imperfection nor complete perfection on the plane of evolution. The criminal condemned by everyone today may the health care giver who gives you a glass of water tomorrow. The person in whom you discern a trace of darkness may later turn out to be the enlightened brother or sister who gives you a worthy example to follow. The tempest of the times in which we live at the moment very often becomes the count of well-being in the time we have left to us.
Nice. Thank you. Very nice. Now we're going to have our initial prayer And before that, just a little comment. We would like to apologize that we're not going to be live on Instagram today due to some technical issues that we experienced, but we will be live next week onwards again. I'll just ask them to put some music for us. In the meantime, just sit down, relax, sit in a comfortable position. May close your eyes if you wish to, and listen to this beautiful song. Let's take a deep breath and raise our vibrations. Let's forget about the busy day we had behind us, or the busy week, and the storm of work in our daily lives. Let's embrace this moment and ask the good spirits, the friendly spirituality, to give us permission to start another Allan Kardec Spirit Group of New Zealand studies tonight. We ask God to bless us all, the good spirits to be around us, to provide us knowledge, provide us the wisdom, so we can understand, we can communicate, and we can reciprocate the knowledge that's been passed to us. We welcome any incarnate or disincarnate brothers and sisters that may be here with us tonight. Please stay with us and let's all together evolve our morals, our intellectual, and one step further on this amazing journey of spirituality. We ask the good spirits that protect us against any feeling, any influence that take us away from charity, and stay with us with open hearts. So be it. All right. And we are on the final chapter of the Gospel according to Spiritism. And I will just quickly open there. I believe we are on the prayers chapter, right?
Yeah.
And
Item 3.
item 3, I'll just quickly find there. So the last week we talked about some really important prayer, right? You remember which one it is? No? You want to guess? Go. This one? Oh, okay, one more. There we go. Chapter 28 in item 5. That's where we stop, right? I'll just close this one so we don't get lost on it. And I believe we're on item 14. Let me see if I can zoom a little bit. I'll just go back a little bit so you can remember what we have been talking. So this is the part where we are. We're talking about general prayers. We're talking about the Lord's prayers. And this chapter has actually a few prayers attached to it. And we will keep studying. Oh, Father, there we go. Oh, Father who art in heaven, hallowed by his name. And the same, and that's the very beginning of it. Will you guys remember some of the studies from last week? Was anyone here? You over the don't remember. Anyone? Guy?
Yeah, last time we talked about give the daily bread, and the meaning is not only the food, but the knowledge. So
Yeah.
to increase the wisdom, make us to follow the right path to the evolution.
That's right. So once again, we just took it down the prayer and separated that in a few parts so we can read line by line and have a fully understanding of it. And like Guilherme comments, yes, we talk about the daily bread the last time, which is pretty much the strength that your body needs to keep going. And that is not just physical, like a bread, like food will give it to us, but it's also food for your spirit and for your emotions and so on, right? Um, Even though you guys don't remember, I'm sure you remember the Pinos, right? And that's what it is. So even if you didn't see this, we have known this prayer all whole life, right? Especially us grew up in a very Catholic country. So we tend to know this better than the national anthem of Brazil. We know, right? Which is really good. That's way more thoughtful. All right, and I believe we start on the number V, right?
Yeah.
So it's Gospel chapter 28,
That's correct.
5 to 5.
I believe so. Item 3.
Oh, 3.
Yeah, there we go. I'll show you. So you see 3, the prayers, and then it's separated in each line of the prayer. So now we're on the 5th line of the prayer. Did you find that? Yeah. All right. So I'll read this item, and then we can all comment a little bit about it. All right. Right. So we're on the 5th line, the part 5. Forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors. Forgive our offenses as we forgive those who offended us. Each one of our infractions of your laws, O Lord, is an offense against you, a debt contract that we will have to pay sooner or later. For this, we beg the forgiveness of your infinite mercy, and we promise to make every effort not to contract new debts. You have made charity an express law for everyone, but charity does not consist only in helping our fellow beings in their need. It also consists in forgetting and forgiving their offenses. By what the right, by what right would we deem your indulgence if we ourselves do not show it toward those against whom we have a complaint? Give us, dear God, the strength to stifle all resentment, all hatred, and all grudges in our soul. Ensure that death does not surprise us while we hold a desire for revenge in our hearts. If it please you to take us this very day from this world, ensure that we may present ourselves to your purified of all amnesty. Follow Christ's example, whose last word were for his executors. The persecutions that the wicked make us bear are part of our earthly trials. We must accept them without complaining, just like all other trials, and not speak ill of those who out of malice, in fact, open to us the way of eternal joy. For you, spoken through Jesus' lips, blessed are they who suffer for the sake of righteousness, something right. Thus, may we bless the hand that strikes and humiliates us, for the contusions of the body strain our soul, and we will be lifted from our humiliations. Blessed be your name, O Lord, for having taught us our fate is not irrevocably. Yeah, said after that we shall find in later existence the means to redeem and repair our past wrongs, and to complete in a new life what we have not been able to do in this one for our advancement. Those may all the apparent anomalies of life be finally explained. The light is shed upon our past and future as a radiant sign of your supreme justice and boundless goodness. Nice. I think I feel the pressure because you walk close to me now. Let's go back. This is not liking. Would you like to comment? Love?
So, yeah, first of all, it's always good to like have the sentence, like remember the sentence. We need to forgive the others, not just because we do bad things as well, but let's try my English now. But also, we need to remember that we have past lives, and that's not our first one. And also, how can we ask God to forgive us for something or to help us if we don't forgive others? You know, so it's just a matter of intelligence for you to understand that you need to, if you do bad things, you have bad thoughts or whatever, other people have the same, and you need
Yeah.
to forgive them. You need to understand, and if someone does something apparently bad for you, you can use it in your advancement or you can use it in your benefit, like to learn a new thing or to understand something different about life. So if you look at life in this way, it's all the things we were talking before, you see like there is no hard, how can I say it? As coisas não são tão pesadas, sabe? You look at things and
They're not so difficult.
yeah, they're not difficult and you resignate the things that happens to you, you know?
Yeah.
And you look in a different way and you try to find a lesson in what happens. And yeah, so by looking at yourself, you see a lot of things you do that you need to be forgiven as well. And by that, mine must be enough for you to understand you need to forgive others.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Anyone else? Tanya?
Well,
Sorry?
forgive us.
Yeah.
Because the Lord is faithful and will find you.
Yeah. That's right. Nice.
Something that someone has given to you, but you may not know that something for another person, and it takes a step back, how to forgive and also forgive yourself. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe try not to judge, but also
Yeah, that's right. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, some things. One is forgiving and forgetting is be considered a kind of charity that we can do with our offenders. Another point is sometimes we complain when someone do something bad with us, but sometimes those people are put in our ways just to make us to be attentive or pay for something that we did wrong in the past. or they make they may be a kind of proof or test for us. So instead of complain about them, we can think the best way to deal with the situation. And thanks for one proof that make us wiser and better.
Nice.
How we look at the same situation in so different ways.
Yeah, different perspectives.
Sometimes even different times, right? You see something right now, and probably 5 years ago you saw it differently. You will see different 5 years from now. What has changed? You evolve, right? Or maybe 5 years you hate actually more than you do now. You develop
You develop your patience.
in action. So it says, forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors. Forgive our offenses as we forgive those who offended us, right? So this talks purely about reincarnation, right? And how we should all forgive those who have mistaken because we mistake as well. We should always ask for forgiveness to God, for everyone, because just like the spirits around us, we were just here evolving. We are not perfect. Like Tanya mentioned, if we were perfect, we wouldn't need to be here anymore. We will be somewhere else, very busy with a lot of different things, right? They have a saying in the Bantu culture that it's about people who point the finger and talk about other people or judge other people. They say, can you imagine, when you judge someone, you point one finger to them, and that finger is very powerful, right? It can change nations. It can change a lot of things. Imagine the power of 10 fingers, right? And with that reference, they want to say, instead you judge, go and do it. Go and act. Instead you use one finger, use 10. It will be 10 times more effective than just one. So instead you go and you judge and you say, you did this, you did that, blah, blah, blah. Go and actually help. Go and go, hey, it's all right. Let's figure this out. It's okay. If that mistake did not kill you, I'm sure there's a solution. I'm sure there's something that you have to do it, right? So here we're talking about for us to forgive. Because as the other person commit a mistake, an error, we will do so as well. And we do it every single day, potentially, right? And when we ask for forgiveness, it says here, each one of infractions of your laws, oh Lord, is an offense against you. Because, we're here to be good. We're here to do good. So if you don't do so, it's explaining here, it's an offense of God, right? If we think about it, you're disrespecting the person, the being who created the laws, right? Who created everything. If you consider God good and perfect, they create us as brothers and sisters to help each other. So if you do something to offend your brother, your sister, you do something to offend God. So if you think of that way, you tend to always be good, right? You tend to go looking good. And also says here for us not to create more debts, new debts, right? That's the idea of being here in this incarnation. So we came here so we can learn and figure out a few more things that we didn't do previously. We didn't come here to collect more debts, right? You have your credit card and you use your credit card until it's, you don't have limit anymore. And then you go, okay, I know how to fix this. I'm going to get another credit card and I'm going to buy a bunch of things again. No, that's never going to work, right? You can't just pay the minimum. In this life, you can't just pay the minimum. You have to pay in full, right? We have to make sure our time here is worth. And it's not just when you're forgiving someone, but it's for doing good, for helping others, right? Always remember, we will be judged, so-called judged, by not just the bad things we did or the good things, but also the good things we didn't do it and we could do it, right? We chat here before about winning lottery, right? I love this example because the first thing you ask someone, what would you do if you win the lotto? What is the first thing they do? I would help someone. I would give money to charity. That's the first answer, right?
Of course.
You can help the charity right now. Go over there, say, do you want me to clean the floor? They go, yes. There you go. You just did charity. It's not measurable. You just did something good. You can do it right now. If you have this urge where you just become rich and the first thing you're going to do is helping the world, if you're that good, go do it right now. Go to the Salvation Army here in New Zealand. Go help them. Go right now. Go Sunday. What are you doing Sunday? They don't do it, right? So it's not by what you have it, so you can achieve something. You can do it right now. You can forgive someone right now. You may not really feel like it yet, but attach to your values, attach to for the reasons why. You know, as you one day, as all of us one day have done bad, and today we know that was bad, and we ask for apologies. We did something we may regret or not. We learned from it, and we went there and said sorry for it, right? Other person just caused bad, and they probably don't know how bad it is. They don't fully understand that. Unfortunately, they just have lack of knowledge, lack of morals and intellect. But that's why they keep doing that, right? So we have to understand that there are so many different spirits in this world, and some of them have experienced very different things than we did. We're in a very blessed position. We have a house, we have work, we live in this safe country, but we don't know what other people did. We don't know what they have experienced and give them reason to do what they have to do, right? It's just like you said. In markets, we're saying is the frame judgment. When you put a picture on the wall, for you to make sure the picture is right, now be wonky, you have to go away from it, right? Don't you have to take steps back? And then you look at the wall and you see if the frame is good? You do that, right? Do that with your life. Do that with yourself on your daily. Like St. Augustine always tells us, right? At the end of your day, think about what you did. Take a step back. Analyze. If you can't find a solution, think like someone else. If you have a problem, you can't really think. What would you do if someone else comes to you and tell them problem? You know, say the problem you have. Imagine it's someone else, a friend, come to you and ask for help. What would you tell them? Yeah, there you go. Tell yourself and do it. Right? So we're not trying to create more offenses, more debts, right? We're here to redeem the ones we already did. And we probably did lots, right? That's why that's why we're here. Any other comments on this part? No? All right. Let's read number 6. All right, part 6. Do not let us fall into temptations, but deliver us from all evil. Oh, I'll just make sure this is the right one. Yeah. Oh Lord, give us the strength to resist the suggestions of evil spirits who tempt us away from the path of goodness by inspiring us with evil thoughts. But we ourselves are imperfect spirits, having incarnated on this earth to expiate our wrongs and to make ourselves better beings. The first cause of evil lies within us, and evil spirits merely taking advantage of our vile tendencies in which they support us in order to tempt us. Each imperfection is an open door to their influence, whereas they are powerless in giving up any temptation against perfect beings. Everything we could do to keep them away is useless if we do not oppose them with a will unshakable in the practice of the good and with complete renunciation of evil. Thus, it is towards ourselves that we must direct our efforts, and then evil spirits will naturally stay away, because evil is what attracts them, while goodness repels them. Lord, uphold us in our weakness through the voice of our guardian angel, and the good spirit inspire us with the will to correct all imperfections in order to prevent impure spirits from accessing our soul. Evil is not your work, O Lord, because the source of all goodness cannot engender evil in any way. We ourselves created by infringing upon your laws and by the ill use we make of the freedom you have granted us. When humans finally begin to observe your laws, evil will disappear from the earth, just as it is already disappeared from more advanced worlds. Evil is not fatalistic necessity for anyone, and it seems irresistible only to those who complacently abandon themselves to it. If we have the will to commit evil, we also have the will to do the good. Therefore, dear God, we ask for your assistance and that of good spirits to resist temptation. Very nice. Leo, would you like to comment?
Just very briefly. So yeah, God didn't create people, but God gave us free will, so we can choose to do good or bad things. And that's like the 82. Have you ever seen the 82 graphs? Like there is evil, then it just points yes, and then it points something to say God doesn't exist. Because if there is evil, God could not exist. But God didn't create evil. So God just gives us free will, and I was going to say a separate thing, but I just forgot. But, well, just let you guys speak, and if I remember, then I'm going to speak at the end.
All right. Thank you. Tanya? No? Okay, cool.
One important point is when they say the each imperfection is an open door.
Yeah.
So if we try to keep in the good way, we will discourage. Yeah, discourage. Yeah, discourage. Yeah, evil to influence us.
Yeah.
So they give up from us if we keep doing the good things and good thoughts. And that's it.
Very nice. It's really interesting how one part connects with another one, right? We just talked about reincarnation and how we should not contract bad in here, right? So this part starts saying, do not let us fall into temptations, but deliver us from all evil. So it's pretty much explaining here. If you are a good person, the evil will not reach you. The evil will not have anything to feed on, right? And of course, by the evil, we just mean your brothers and sisters who are less involved and still having some very unlikely practices and choices of moral and intellectual standards. So they're not evil, right? Evil, like I say, evil doesn't exist. That's a state. They are that moment. At some stage, they will evolve. It may take longer than others, as we clearly see that some people on earth, they tend to be very stubborn and tend to do bad for a very long time, but eventually they will turn into good, right? There is no, that's why we talk about there's no devil, because by having a devil, we will imply that something is, their nature is evil, and it's 100%, but it's not. So we know that everyone, every spirit has the chance to improve themselves, and they will do it, and they will find the need to do it sooner or later, right? So it's talking here, like he says, each imperfection that we have is a door to do bad. Every single day, you have spirits around you, good and bad. And the ones in between, right? It's up to you who you connect to. Every single day you have a lot of people around you. Some are good people, some are bad people. You decide who you're talking to. You decide who you connect to. You decide who you have, create a friendship or do anything with that. It's always your choice, right? So with the spirits is the same. We talked about a lot about your vibrations and how we elevate our vibrations so we can connect better, right? That would be exactly the same. If you have good vibrations, if you have good habits, you then will connect with the good spirits. But if you have bad ones, if you decided bad, then the bad will connect with you, correct?
Almost reminds me of when we want something, the last protocol, when you with patients who my life, from one day to the other, many, it's almost like the same, so very nice.
Yeah. In order for us to evolve, yeah, that's correct. In order for us to evolve, to learn, we have to go through the bad things. How did you learn how to walk? Did you fall? Yeah, we did. We fall a few times. We felt a couple of times, right? And interesting that correlation because when you were a kid and you learning how to walk and you fall all the time everywhere, the adults around you, they don't go, oh, stop doing that. You bad. Stop trying to walk. You don't know how. Stop doing it. What did they say to you? They encourage you. Keep going. Keep trying. Right? So now why you grow up and you tell yourself you can't do things. Keep encouraging yourself. But those around you, they encourage you. The good spirits are cheering for you. Ah, you do it. You got this. Right? When you try something you never did, when you go to a place you never went, when you have a knowledge that you never had, practice, explore, have your filter, but explore, but keep going. Right? When we talk about evil influence on us, we actually have to be very smart about it because the bad vibration, the bad influence, is not just just a primal vicious. I'm gonna kill someone. That's not what it is. It's very well created, right? Maybe it's a boost on your ego. Maybe it's a boost on the way you do something. Maybe you feel like yourself and you have to talk about yourself and you have to feel better than other people. That's it, right? So it's very subtle these days. It's not like 200 years ago, where the bad spirits will go, yeah, let's go kill everyone. It was easy to influence on that way. But now we actually have better morals, better intellectual. So the evil spirits actually have way more work, right? They need to be way smarter the way they influence us. They have to be way more smarter the way they're trying to make us do evil, right? By talking of other people, by judging, by gossiping, by saying that someone doesn't do this or do that, by taking care of other people's lives. This is bad. This doesn't help you. This does not evolve you. Every action we have to think about, is this helping me? Is this helping someone? So why should I do it? Why should I say it? Is it giving something to the world? Is it giving something to me? Maybe don't say it then, right? We do have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Remember, our moms always say that. You listen a lot, you see a lot, you talk less. Otherwise, you have 2 mouths. We don't have just have 1. So, use it wisely. So yeah, we have to remember that if evil comes to you, it's because you let them in. Otherwise, they wouldn't connect. So it's good. If good comes to you, you let them in. You elevate your vibration. You did something good, so they connect with you. The same way all the good spirits connect with you, the evil one will connect with you. I always mention this nice example that happened to me. Every time happened to my mama, sorry, she was actually telling me, every time she tries to study, the mind will go crazy and will start to think about really bad things. And she couldn't study. And I said, put some music, put some this, put some that. And I told her, do what I do. When I'm trying to focus and study, I put some music and some evil, weird thing, maybe me discussion with someone or argument or whatever subject comes in my mind, I write it down and I say thank you because now I know I'm weak on this area, and this area I have to work on. That's why it's easy for you to make me get distracted, right? Remember, the evil only connects with you if you have something inside you. So the evil spirit is there trying to annoy you, and now they just helped you. So I just laugh and I go, oh, thanks. Now I know this area of my life I have to improve because it was easier for you to make me get out of my comfort zone, get, a little bit distracted. So you actually just helped me. I don't think they like that, right? So it's a ways for you to improve. And again, it's discipline, right? If you have something that you need to improve, apply discipline, apply habits, and you keep doing until you get better. Just like you said, when you ask, you shall receive. But you're not going to receive the easy way. If you ask to be more patient, you're going to have a lot of crazy people around you because that's how you practice. How did you learn how to drive? You didn't see in your house, breathe a lecture, oh, now I can drive. It's not Matrix, right? That you download, ooh, I can drive now. No, you practice. You had to go and practice. So it's the same. That's why we have crazy people around us. So we practice. Right? Anything else? Anyone? Yeah?
Before you ask for information, interesting or yeah, yeah. Picture,
Yeah, very nice.
Whereas we are taught can give up anything against the system. So I think it's
Yeah,
because we need to, really we need to watch the
yeah,
think about it. But
yeah,
I think if you open the door,
yeah,
it's really interesting. They know
yeah. Very nice, right?
Usually when we know it, then we try to get better, and then we fall. And then I knew it was wrong, or I shouldn't do it, but I do it again, or something like that. Or you say it again, you should say, know it, but you knew it, but you did it anyway. So this is not just a matter of know something, it's a matter of practicing.
Practicing, yeah.
I remember what Brian said before, there is a part of that says, when all people know the laws of God, we will act better, the world will be better. And imagine, like, even if you are selfish, you know the laws of God and how the universe works. You do good because you want to receive good at the first time, even selfish sentiments. But, at the future, even those sentiments are going to put the heart behind, and you're going to do good just because of good. And yeah, that's just
Nice. Thank you. Well,
something very much.
you learn from it. Yeah,
Learning from it. You're already better disciplined than others.
yeah. Nice. And that is so be it, right? O Lord, may it please you that our desires be fulfilled. Nonetheless, we bow down before infinite wisdom. Regarding all the things that we have not been given to understand, may it be done according to your holy will and not ours. For you desire nothing but our good, and you know better than we do what is useful for us. We address this prayer to you, O God, for ourselves. We also address it to you for all suffering souls, whether incarnate or disincarnate, for our friends and our enemies, for all those who ask and our help, and in particular for a certain person. We pray for your mercy and your blessings upon all. So we acknowledge the desires of God are higher than ours. Just like Leo just comment now, if you believe in God, you know which way you should go, right? Every time you think about some injustice on earth, do you believe God's perfect? Yeah, but He wouldn't have done anything, right? When you find yourself without an answer, just try to understand why you ask the question. If you understand why you ask the question, majority of the time the answer is no more relevant. You don't need it. Any other comments on this last part? And with this, we actually finish the Gospel according with Spiritism. So next meeting, we will study from chapter 1 again. Look at that. Awesome, right? Sorry?
This is after the second one.
This is how far we go with those ones, yeah.
Spiritism, ah,
Yeah, this is where we finish. Then other parts we don't do it. Yeah. But it was a good question. Thanks. All right. Now just move to Spiritism, Spirit book. And we are on chapter 9, the second part. And we are question 531, which according to my feelings is probably around here. No, it's not. It's very wrong. A little bit, almost there. We haven't been doing this chapter for a very long time. Yeah. Let me go back once. All right. So, anyone remember what we talked on the last meeting? Guilherme, perhaps, as you're the only one who remember. 535. No, sorry. Is that 531, Guilherme? 531. Sorry.
5-3.
531.
Let's go the next time.
Yeah, that's where we start.
Oh,
Cool. Okay. Does anyone like to start reading this one? Go for it. It just takes him a little bit of time to change the slide, but
Okay,
be with me.
so chapter 1. Is the rancor of the beings who have harmed us on earth extinguished with their corporeal life? Answer: they often realize the injustice and the wrong they have done, but if God allows them, they will continue to pursue you in their hatred in order to test you further. Is there a way to put an end to it? And if so, by what means? Yes, by praying for them and by paying back their evil with good. That way, they will end up comprehending their errors. In all cases, if you know how to place yourselves above their schemes, they will seize them upon seeing they have gained nothing from them. Experience has shown that certain spirits continue their vengeance from one existence to the next, and that sooner or later we will expiate the wrongs we may have caused someone.
Nice. Tanya?
this is the power of the institution not power. Those who are restricted that belong to the design of purpose. Nevertheless, if you listen, you feel by giving you patience and indignation. Also, be aware that it's the depends on you yourself to declare such a restriction, or at least to mitigate it. God has given you intelligence so that you can use it, and especially in this way. That spirits help you by suggesting favorable thoughts to you, but they won't help those who know Also, what looks like in a structure to you, it's not always such in reality. Frequently, something will result something that is bounded and that is what you do not comprehend because you think only of the present moment or of the future. Interesting.
Go on. Adam?
Can spirits enable us to obtain the gifts of the future if we ask them to? Sometimes as a trial, most of them not, most not. However, they will refuse, just as you would refuse other considerations. Are they good spirits or evil ones who grant such faith? It depends on their, but usually they are spirits who desire to reach you into and who find peace in doing so in the relations that culture provides.
Nice. Let's just talk about a little bit about those three questions, and then we can carry on if we have time. Anyone like to comment anything? Interesting how that connected with what we just read, isn't it? About evil, um, connecting with us, injustice, forgiveness, and everything. Anyone like to comment anything? No? You?
So he gave us a formula to distinguish the revenge. So try to pay with good things,
Yeah.
good actions, and pray for those who cause some harm.
What did harm, right?
Yeah.
That's forgive.
Yeah, so it's connected to the other.
It's exactly what it is. So it's asking here how, if a spirit didn't like you, it had harms for you, what should you do about it? Right? Can the spirit pursue and follow you in the afterlife? Yeah, they can. They can annoy you for a very long time, as you can annoy other people for a very long time. So what do? What is the weapon you have against that? Do good. Forgive them. Right?
And pray for them.
Pray for them. Forgive them. Forgive yourself. Potentially you cause them some harm. Forgive yourself for causing harm. Ask for forgiveness. Now you learn. Now you know you shouldn't do it again. Right? It's a no better way. Don't we say in Brazil, two wrongs will not do one right? Isn't that they say that?
Yep.
Two wrongs will never do one right. So if someone does something wrong to you, don't do the same. Otherwise you are the same. Show a good example. It may not be the day that person chooses to do good, but it's fine. Do it for you. Don't take the word and put it inside you. Take what's inside you and put it out there. Yeah. Yeah. There is no argument, no a range of arguments that would justify the facts. The fact is that you should not do this. It's not good. You're not doing what you should. Oh, but no. No matter how many arguments you say, no matter how you arrange the arguments, doesn't justify the fact. The fact is you did this. So sometimes we can see, we can assume and understand and move on. Sometimes we can. Sometimes we're not prepared, right? Yep.
Yeah, and just remember that if there are some spirits or one spirit with us trying to bad things or trying to put bad thoughts in our heads,
Misfortunes. Yep.
yeah, they are our brothers and sisters, they're like us, and we don't need like to put them away only. We need to understand that they need to evolve as well, and they are beings that will be perfect someday, like we are, and potentially we did something bad, so we need to not be hatred of them. We need to understand and try to if you have some spirit with you, you can try even your thoughts to talk with them.
Yeah.
And try to convince them that you are a different person now, or that that you can do good, make it different, and things can be different. But yeah, instead of being edgy.
Yeah, very nice. It's funny because the question asked about misfortune, and he also explains here that frequently depends on yourselves to divert such misfortunes, or at least mitigate them, because God has given you intelligence, so you may use it, and especially the way the spirits help you by suggesting favorable thoughts. So it's the way we connect, right? It's not such a thing as, oh, you are cursed. You're going to have misfortune for the rest of your life. Not that doesn't exist, right? You connect with the goods, so the good is around you. It's 100% what we just talked about, right? Um, and then the question 533, but yeah, it talks about it. If we can obtain gifts of fortune, if we may ask them, and the answer is sometimes as a trial, right? We often think that other people's trial and expiations are easier. Is easier than ours, right? For example, someone who is millionaire, you may think their life is easier because they have a lot of money. That it's not. In fact, it's probably easier for you that have experienced, evil or even poverty or just a normal life to actually understand the value of good things than that person who born without any material needs. I mean, without having to work or without having anything. How that person going to generate good? How that person going to see the value of their money if they never been there, they never experienced that? So it's actually probably really, really hard. That is an example on heaven and hell, where this really young lady, she passes around early 20s. She born in a really rich family, and she was doing really good. She used to give money away and help all the people that worked in her house, on her mansion in Paris, and they helped all those around them. She was beautiful. Everyone liked her a lot, and then one day she just died. And everyone thought it was the end. It was what injustice. This woman was so good, right? And they went to the Parisians Spiritism Center and asked them to evoke her. And she showed up really quick as a spirit, and she explained, I had a really good trial experience. I completed my mission here, so there's no reason why I should be there. She said it was really hard. Again, if you come as a rich person who does not have any problems, well, not financial problems at least, how are you going to do good, right? And again, we do have examples of super rich people who kill themselves, right? We have Robbie Williams. We have a lot of people who, in your case, you think they're happy, but they actually suffer in ways that you couldn't see it, in ways that you couldn't touch. At the end of the day, we all have the same brain, the same amount of feelings, the same capabilities, so we can suffer in different ways. Again, it's the finger that we shouldn't point. It's trying to comprehend, trying to understand, right? What hurt you one day will hurt other person. What you may learn in the previous life, someone is learning in this life, right? Is it up to us to judge? No. Sometimes it's not even up to us to understand, right? By you having charity in your heart, by you doing good, you know God knows what He's doing, and you know what you should do, right? Any other comments? No. We can probably read two more. Is this one? Yeah. Okay. Can you read, please? Barbara?
When obstacles seem that inflict our progress, is it because of the influence of some spirits? It is sometimes because of the influence of a spirit. Other times, and more frequently, it's because you yourselves have mismanaged your projects. Position and character have much to do with it, and if you persist in following a path that is not right for you, the spirits have nothing to do with it. You yourselves become your own evil spirit.
5.
Yeah.
When something fortunate happens to us, should we thank our protector spirit? Above all, thank God without whose permission nothing takes place. Afterward, thanks to God, the good spirits who were God's agents. What would happen if we forgot to thank them? The same thing that always happens to ingrates. Nevertheless, there are many people who neither pray for nor given thanks, but for whom everything turns out well anyway. Yes, but it is necessary to see the end. They will pay dearly for this temporary undeserved happiness, for the more they, they have received, the more they will have to render account for it.
Nice. Thank you. Anyone like to comment on those two last questions?
We always tend to think spirits are doing something for us, like bad things or good things. Sometimes it's just ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So, we need to remember to say that we need to. I don't know. I think that I don't understand God powerfully, but I see God as their agents, like the other good spirits are acting in controlling us in our lives, etc. So that's a good thing. Even at least for me, is how I see it, and easy for me to understand. But yeah, we need to remember to think the good spirit and something good happens as well. I think God it says, but when something bad happens, sometimes we just necessarily have bad spirits.
That's correct.
It says, but it's also responsibility for the actions, but it's not always the spirits. who go
Yeah.
into place. It's also your own responsibility to mismanage it.
Yeah. Sometimes they're actually busy and they didn't have time to annoy you. Right? Anything else from anyone? It's funny how it says here, when something fortunate happened to us, should we thank these protective spirits? If it has an unfortunate event, you probably should thank as well, because it could have been way worse. Right? It can always be worse. It can always be worse.
People
Yeah,
much worse.
can be much worse. And he says here, what happens if we forget to say thank you? The same as happened with all the great ones. Sometimes someone will stop helping. Right? So it's good to think about it. Cool. Nice, guys. Look at us. We did it. Guilherme's going to put us some nice music now from his private collection. He's an amazing musician. And we're coming to almost the end of our meeting. And I'm going to play my favorite song now. Let's all sit down and relax. We had some amazing learnings today, some amazing food for our spirit, part of our daily bread. So let's all take a deep breath. Let's feel where we are in this moment. Let's feel the chair where you're sitting on. Feel your legs. Feel your hands. Feel your whole body. Feel this amazing daily reason for you to be grateful for. The organs that function so well every single day for your life. The capability of communicating, of breathing, of having blood flowing through your veins. Have this amazing feeling of life that we have every single day, that we sometimes, in a very automatic, mechanic way, we don't pay attention to. Let's imagine gratitude as this amazing ball of purple energy all around you in this moment. Feel grateful for your skin, for your hair, for your eyes, for your mouth, for all this amazing tool that was given to you so you can complete your mission in this incarnated body. Just like an animal have claws, teeth, is fast, can hunt, they receive the necessary tools to pursue life. So you have received this perfect body, this perfect health, this perfect mind, so you can pursue every single day the goods. So we can pursue the forgiveness and forgiving others for the mistakes we have caused, for the errors, for the damage we may have caused in the past, or we may be causing in this present, or may cause in the future. With that in mind, let's elevate this gratitude energy above the sky, above our heads, above this beautiful building that was made 100 years ago from all those people. Let's elevate our gratitude to God, to our Savior and Lord, Master Jesus, from his teachings and his learnings. Let's remember right now of this beautiful day we have just experienced today. Let's remember that we will never leave this day again. So it's very unique. It's very particular. It was made it for you. You have the reason to be here right now. You have the reason to be learning, to be connecting, to be able to help others. We all believe in God. We all believe in justice. We all believe in this perfect cycle of life that we live. We are all very grateful for this incarnation, for being able to help others, for being able to forgive ourselves and forgive those around us for the mistakes, for the imperfections of our spirit. Let's elevate this gratitude, thinking about our day, about the weather, about your house, about those around you who love you, your friends, your family, about the amazing opportunity that we have to be here tonight. And we wish that this amazing, powerful ball of energy flows all over this country, all over this world, connecting every single corner of this planet and helping, bringing light to the heart of those in need, to the heart of those whose trials and expiations are harder than ours. We ask the good spirits and God that illuminate those people, that brighten the day, that bring them love. We ask God to bless those countries, those places that find themselves in war, in conflicts right now. We ask our leaders to be blessed with the knowledge and the love of the collective growth of all. We ask our leaders to have in their hearts compassion for people. We ask them to help those who are less fortunate. We ask, God, that you bless the heart of those people that need love, that find themselves alone in this moment with lack of help, with lack of hope. Our brothers and sisters, you may be blessed with this day, just like all of us. No matter how much money you have, no matter how much clothes you have been blessed with this amazing gift called time and life. We know your trials and expiations may be difficult in this moment, but be strong, but have hope. And we all gonna go towards the same goal. We all gonna evolve. Have compassion on your heart, have charity on your heart, mighty leaders. Understand that you have a reason to be in the position where you are right now. We also ask for brothers and sisters that habitates all the countries to always think wise on their decisions. Every single day you wake up and you decide what to do, how to do, when to do. That God bless our decisions and our brothers and sisters, incarnate or disincarnate. The disincarnate spirits, please have light. Follow the teachings of our Lord Jesus. Learn from them, and you may find peace, and your suffer will be minimized. Find in your heart the joy of being good, of doing good. We ask our brothers and sisters, they are around us at this moment. Please accept our apologies for any mistake we have caused and accept our love. Just like you, we are spirits and the path of evolution. We are imperfect and we here learning. We may not have fully understand the reason to be here today, but we do understand what makes us happy. The joy of helping others, the joy of bringing the goods, the joy of thinking collective towards the goods. We ask that this beautiful energy generated this meeting bless all those people who are find themselves in hospitals or imprisoned on this moment, incarcerated, in prisons, or maybe experience any type of pain. Behold, brothers and sisters, because when you shall ask, you shall receive. We ask that the good spirits bless all those people and bring all this beautiful energy all over for those who need. With that in mind, we also want to ask that our families or people who are around us, or friends, or colleagues, or work, or home, receives the blessing of Jesus. That we might go back to a place full of love, full of good vibrations. We studied tonight and we studied every night how good it is to elevate your vibrations, how good comes from being good. So let's all remember this today and always. We ask the good spirits to bless our brothers and sisters who have recently disincarnated their bodies and found themselves in darkness or find themselves suffering. Bless those souls. We ask our mentors to illuminate those people, to bring them to light and help them see through these dark times that they may be experienced now. With those feelings in our hearts, we would like to say thank you for another Allan Kardec Spirit Group of New Zealand. We ask the good spirits to accept our humble gratitude for the learning we received today. And we may remember this tomorrow and so on, so we can apply. Remember, the good, it's always live in you. It's about living from the inside to the outside, not the other way around. We would like to thank you, the disincarnated spirits, for being here tonight, for giving us the knowledge, for sharing your experience with us. And until we meet again next week, so be it. Thank you, everyone who watched us tonight, and we see you next week.